She's a real woman with a real life. She's someone you can relate to. Dawn Newton.
Hey, welcome to the Dawn Newton Podcast. I'm your host, Dawn Newton. For those of you who can't get enough of Meghan and Harry, William and Kate, the British monarchy, well, we've got a fix for you. For those of you that obsess over the royals, there is a new streaming service dedicated to the subject of the British monarchy. It's called True Royalty TV. The BAFTA award-winning co-founder and co-editor of True Royalty TV joins me today. That special guest is Nick Bolin.
Hey, Nick, how are you?
I'm great, Dawn. Thank you for having me on the show. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's great to talk with you. What a great topic. I was like, yes, the royals, and I'm your network, True Royalty TV. It's the perfect avenue for us that obsess on the royals.
Excellent. Excellent.
And why do we obsess so much over the royals? I remember staying up and watching Diana's wedding. So many girls wore her dress to our prom. I'm dating myself. And then also her unfortunate passing. I was up watching the, live funeral as well. I mean, and then these weddings with Harry and Meghan and Kate and William, the babies, it's nonstop. I don't know what it is.
You're right. It is the gift that keeps on giving. There's sort of for hundreds of years, we've been swept up in this family and in royalty, and not just always the British royals. The Grace Kelly story was amazing for us. We love all types of sort of royal programming, royal movies. You look at the dramas that are on at the moment. You look at the movies that are on, whether it's going way back to the Tudors or right up to date with the Netflix series The Crown. People love this story of this family, and what is fun for us and exciting for us that on True Royalty we can give you the truth about all of these characters that you're watching and reading about every day, whether you're watching a drama or whether you're reading them in the newspaper or reading about them online. We take you behind the headlines, behind the drama, behind the gossip, and we give you the real picture, the real story, the backstory, the context, the truth. So it's exciting, and I think people just can't get enough of it, as you say.
And talk a little bit, too, about the service. Somebody referred to it or kind of compared it to Netflix for royal watchers. And True Royalty TV, that's a streaming service, and it's 24 hours a day, every 7 days a week.
You've done your research. Thank you very much. Exactly. It's True Royalty TV. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can access it, on your mobile phone, on your laptop, on your television. You can cast the television. It's royalty on demand, and it is, as you say, it's sort of Netflix for royal programs in many ways. And we've got hundreds of hours of documentaries and TV shows that take you back across the history of royalty. We've got access documentaries that the royal family themselves appear in. We've got lifestyle shows that take you back to how they eat and what they eat. We've got fashion films about what they wear and how they wear it and how they sort of change fashion. So, I'm just looking at the site right now. There's a whole section called The Truth Behind Royal Weddings. It's a year to the day this weekend for Harry and Meghan's wedding. We're still obsessed with royal weddings. And on True Royalty, you can watch Harry and Meghan's wedding again. You can go right back to the wedding you talk about, to Diana's wedding. You can watch that again. William and Kate's wedding. We've even got stuff about the Queen and Prince Philip's wedding called the People's Wedding, because it was just after the Second World War had finished. So it was a real moment for the nation to sort of rejoice again coming out of the war. So it's exciting. We've got a lot of stuff on the channel that takes you across the ages of royalty.
And as the co-founder and co-editor of True Royalty TV, what did you learn about the royal family that maybe you didn't know prior to starting this?
Well, it's interesting. I've been working with the British royal family for nearly 30 years now on a range of different programs. And what I've learned about them with this is the royal family's ability to accept and adapt to change, and in fact embrace change. So the Queen has this great phrase that is, we have to be seen to be believed. And that used to be about, going on walkabouts, shaking hands, being seen on the streets. Now we're in a new world, this third age of television, and this family is a global family. They've got to play on a global platform. And what's great is they recognize that they have to be seen across the world to be believed. So I think it's their ability to move with the times. And that's why Meghan's so exciting for them, because Meghan is taking them forward. She is now revolutionizing the royal family in many ways. She's making them feel even more modern, and she's connecting them and making them feel relevant to a range of people who never saw themselves in the British royal family before. Here we have an Anglo-American royal in little Archie. This is the first Anglo-American ever. And that picture of the Queen with the Duke of Edinburgh, with Harry, with Meghan, and with Meghan's mum, Doria, is just, I think, historic. This shows you how this family is moving forward and really moving with the times. And that's what I've learned, is their ability to move and to embrace change.
Well, it is pretty fascinating and kind of refreshing too, to, as you say, to moving along with times and with the change, with the babies too, with the young ones that are coming along and watching them, and how we're seeing them interact, and I guess, for lack of a better word, acting like the rest of us as commoners, I guess is maybe the word I should use, and making it very relatable. I
think you've got it absolutely right. We've got a new show launching on True Royalty, and it's called Meghan and Harry, The Baby Years. And it's talking to exactly what you just mentioned. It's looking at how Meghan and Harry are going to raise baby Archie as a modern member of the British royal family. And it is about being relatable, being like the rest of us. And it's really interesting, they haven't given Archie a title. He's just, Archie. There's no prince or lord attached to him. And what we learn in this program, and what we've learned from the people around Meghan and Harry, is they want to embrace the two cultures of this child. He's American and he's British. He's a member of the royal family, but he comes from a free-spirited Californian family who have sort of a dual heritage. And we know that Meghan and Harry are going to embrace that, and that Archie will be raised with a foot in both worlds, and I think that's great, because it makes him and them really relatable to not just people in the UK, but people across the world, and particularly in the States.
And Nick, in doing this, True Royalty TV, is the royal family, are they participating? Have they blessed it? Have they agreed to it? How is the accessibility there to get information?
Because I've been working closely with all the royal households for such a long time, we of course talk to the family and to the household, to the royal household, about what we were doing, and we have ex-members of the royal household advising us and working with us to make sure that we get the programming right. The channel is not endorsed by the royal family; they're not connected to the channel, but what they are is they are fully aware of what we're doing, and a lot of the programs that appear on the channel are programs that include people that they know well, that they've agreed can take part in these shows, and then also we have a lot of programs that they themselves have taken part in that we've acquired for the channel. So we've got a great documentary coming, which is called The Real Camilla, and it's about the Duchess of Cornwall, who's Camilla Parker Bowles, who married the Prince of Wales, the Queen's son. And many people saw her as the woman that broke up Charles and Diana. But what we have done with Camilla is we've followed her for a year. She's in this documentary, and it repositions her as not the wicked stepmother with William and Harry, but actually as a woman who Charles was in love with for many, many years, and by his side will help him become an even better king than he might have been before. So it's this mix of programming that we've got that takes you from right at the heart of the family out to the broader range of the history of the family and the wider royal circle.
It sounds fascinating, and it's
You can tune in anytime. As I say, you just tap TrueRoyalty.tv into your search engine, and it'll come up on the Apple app, on the Android apps. If you have Comcast, you can watch it on the X1 Xfinity system. It's really easy to find. So just put TrueRoyalty.tv, and we've got hundreds of hours of great programs and originals that you just won't find anywhere else in the world.
And Nick, really one quick question before I let you go, just to satisfy my own personal obsession. Is there any truth to any feuding between William, Kate, Meghan, Harry? I don't believe it. I just want you to kind of put my heart to rest.
Well, I can't do exactly what you want, because the truth of it is, I don't think the problem has been with Meghan and Kate. I think the boys have had a falling out. It is public knowledge that William and Harry have had somewhat of a falling out. But I think, it happens in every family. Brothers, sisters, we all have issues with our own families, and you overcome them. The boys are a very close unit. I'm sure they'll come through it. And hopefully with the arrival of baby Archie, there is a really good reason to be back together. And we know that William and Kate were at Frogmore, I think yesterday, seeing Harry and Meghan and baby Archie. So hopefully that's patched everything up. And like every family, we have a few fallings out, then we kiss and make up, and we move on again. So I think hopefully it's all going to be okay.
Well, that's the definition of family, too. And babies have a way of bringing people together. So, well, Nick Bolin, it has been a pleasure speaking with you and sharing this with us. True Royalty TV, the streaming service that features original programming and footage and new documentaries that is royal all the time. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Dawn Newton podcast. I really enjoyed talking with Nick Bolin, the BAFTA award-winning co-founder and co-editor of True Royalty TV. For those of you that, again, obsess over the royals, this is your new fix. And you can learn more about True Royalty TV at trueroyaltytv.tv. And if you want to learn more about me and my podcast, my website is dawnnewton.org. The Dawn Newton podcast is written, produced, and hosted by Dawn Newton.